Okay, so I'm here with John Richer. We're at, was it Pinehurst?
Yeah, Pinehurst.
This is my first time painting with John. He's a really cool guy. He does amazing landscape paintings. And yeah, I want to check out this place. So what was it that caught your eye for this painting?
Today I just saw this pine tree here that I really kind of like the shape of it, you know, the branches and whatnot. So
Yeah.
there's some interesting greens I see too behind it. So there's some cool greens back there. They're kind of muted, and then the water here with the swimmers.
So you think it'll probably be like a high horizon line, or to get more of the water, or?
It's going to be pretty centered on my picture because I also want to get the top of that tree. So
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm going to kind of zoom back.
Yeah.
And try to get more of that tree.
Nice.
So I really like the shape of the tree leaf.
Yeah. And then of course, if you get figures in there, that would be an added challenge.
Yeah, a little bit of scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Great. Okay, look forward to seeing what you do. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, we're at Pinehurst Lake Conservation Area. This is the lake area. I like this scene that's behind me. Has a bit of some water and some of the lily pads. I want to get that reflection in the water. Yeah, I'm probably going to be cropping top part of the trees and maybe like having a high horizon line. Yeah, I think I want to focus on the water, but I do want to get a bit of the trees on the edge there. So I think it's going to be a fairly simple composition, but yeah, just want to get the effects of the reflection and the lighting effects. So I'll get started.
Look at how it is. How
Thank you.
In the messy stage right now.
Nice.
I hate that middle stage.
I know.
It's like a struggle.
That's when everybody comes up and wants to look
Yeah.
at your painting.
How's it going? Yeah.
I know, I've had just like basic sketches and they're like, oh, what are you doing there? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I just put something down. That's all.
I'm trying to see beyond this building here. So I'll go out beyond it and look around it and then come back. Funny.
Nice. It's like just have blurry vision. Yeah.
That's looking good.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
Are you gonna put the kayak in?
No, I'm not sure, but I was gonna work on adding darker stuff in this, and then the reeds there.
I love that classic composition where
Yeah.
cozy.
It's like Monet's, and
Yeah.
you know.
I forget the word for it. I'm kind of doing the same thing with it heavy on one side. There's a word
Okay.
for that type
Oh.
of composition. I forget what it's called. You were in the shade there, right?
Yeah. But now
And now it's
the sun, I just rotated to take a photo. I rotated it because it's affecting the color. You know when the sun hits it, and it's like
Yeah.
colors are slightly different than the.
yeah.
But nice. So you didn't put the canoe in.
I did, but then
You took it out?
Too much.
So yeah, so I guess do you want to talk about your painting and
Sure. When I got here, I just noticed this beautiful, I think it's a white pine, maybe. So that was kind of my idea for the focal point. And the beach and the water here, I wanted to make, you know, I didn't want to lose interest. So I tried to keep the composition in this zone. So when I'm painting, I kind of blur the edges and keep things loose on the edges, and then make sure the lines kind of sweep up to that focal point. That was my idea coming into it.
it's great. You know, I think like when you were starting the setup and you were thinking about what you were going to do, the canoes and the people and stuff, and I actually like how I feel like I'm looking at this scene as if it was like the 1800s. You know, like I like that.
Yeah.
I like to feel like there's a timelessness about it. You know, and I can feel, even though it's funny how there's a lot of activity and bustling, I feel that sense of sereneness
Oh, thanks.
in this landscape, and even you know like the subdued greens. You know, we were talking about that on the way
Yeah,
down.
on the drive-in.
Yeah, and I think it's wonderful because we had moments of intense light and overcast.
Yeah, you have to
And-
choose one or the other, right?
Yes, yeah, and you did it. And I feel like that. Like I feel, if this was hanging up in my house, I would feel every time I would pass it, I would feel that relaxed on vacation feeling.
Oh, thanks so
And
much.
I think that's nice.
I wanted to put some people in, but they keep moving like crazy. So just for scale, but I kind of like it the way it is.
It's nice.
So I think I'm gonna
Yeah,
stop here.
it's good. Yeah,
I find it always tricky to know when to stop too.
yeah, yeah.
So it's, every painting's a lesson.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, that's great.
And I really love your work here. I was just saying it reminds me so much of Monet with the lily pads,
Okay.
and I really like that. It's almost like we did a similar composition where it's weighted on one side.
Yeah,
So I think that works really well
yeah,
in terms of like keeping the interest rotating within that frame.
yeah.
So I think it's really nice compositionally, and I really like the way that you added this boat to it, because you didn't have it in there, right?
No, that was not. I didn't think I was going to do that.
Yeah.
But see, this is the advantage of going out plein air painting with other people. I was half oblivious to them because I was so focused on the things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And you came over and you're like, oh, you're going to paint the guy in the boat? And I was like, oh yeah, that's like, and he's in a good position.
Yeah, I think it works well because your eye goes like this.
Yes.
And it keeps it.
Yeah.
Keeps it going in. If it wasn't there, I don't know if it would have the same impact. You might travel right away off the edge.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm happy with. I always feel that. You know, it's almost like a checklist. I got to spend a couple hours out in nature, getting some fresh air.
Yeah.
I got to be creative, and then you know, if I'm happy with it, then that's just like the icing on the cake. I feel happy with the time.
Yeah.
We're out. And like what you're saying, I did. Obviously, it's Monet-esque kind of inspiration to kind of get those, and then also to get those subtle pinks and blues. You know.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. So, thank you so much, John. You know, it's funny how I've seen your stuff on social media. You're active, and your work is so wonderful. And it's funny how to just meet somebody for the first time and then to just click and get along.
Yeah.
And so
Oh, it's great to talk art, and I can talk about art for hours. It's nice to meet a fellow artist who's into plein air, because locally, you know, it's hard to find these days, like somebody local to paint with. So yeah, it was great to meet you.
Yeah, it's really good to meet you, John.
Paint.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll come back and visit you, or I'll invite you down to Burlington or somewhere.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Cheers. Cheers.